What's going on? It's PM Vlogs here. So, a lot of stuff been going on lately. Not just everything that's been going on in the world these days, but been doing a lot of stuff, working on getting business going, and so I've learned it's one of those, if nothing else, it's not replacing my 9 to 5, it's basically, I'm gonna stay doing what I do, and the business is gonna be kind of, side business type of thing. But, I tell you what, you definitely learn a lot through the process. My biggest piece of advice before you go through one of these services, and there's a lot of them out there, and then you kind of read on some of these, like, I don't know what the right word is, maybe like Facebook groups or blogs or YouTube videos, whatever, however you're doing stuff, you can save yourself a lot of money in, just going to your state's website. And I learned this after the fact. Like, I didn't realize starting an LLC, a lot of times, like, your state, your Secretary of State will usually have a website that'll basically say, like, hey, you want to start a business? Click here. And it'll literally walk you through everything. Step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. Step 3, and you'd probably also do better, instead of going with one of these, companies. You could probably find a local attorney or something, and at least, call them and say, hey, get the price for what, these online services will cost. But, it might be worth, also calling a local attorney and, saying, hey, look, this is what I'm looking at doing. I want to start an LLC, with or without a DBA, whatever you're trying to do. And more often than not, you probably will spend either the same money or less money, because you got to think, they got to be competitive. And even if you spend, maybe a little bit more, you have somebody who you can, send an email to, and it's you and that person, directly conversing, versus going through, trying to reach customer service and trying to explain to them what you're doing, and they don't really understand the local way things are done locally, or they may have old information, whatever the case may be. And then, too, when you work with the local attorney, you can also, maybe not a guaranteed thing, because I didn't go through an attorney, but I used an online service. I'm not going to mention any names or anything. Basically, I'm not being paid by them to advertise, so I'm not going to advertise for free. But one of those things. And also, I went with a registered agent service, and I think I'm gonna keep it for the first year. But I think after my first year, I think it'd be good to have, if you get little kind of notifications like, hey, go ahead and file your annual report now, or your annual report's due in a little bit. Which I talked to some other business owners that I know, and when I started asking things, because I started learning different things, they were like, oh, yeah, your annual report is, basically just refiling your LLC each year. And she was like, you log into the Secretary of State website, and if anything changed, you change it. If not, you just keep clicking next until you get to the submit page. You enter your payment information, and you hit submit, and you go back to putting your feet up on the desk and, trying to run your business. And So I already paid for it for the year, so I'll probably end up keeping it for the year, and then when it comes up for renewal, changes the registered agent to be myself. Just I don't really see the reason to spend the cost of it per year. Maybe down the line when if my business grows, or when it grows, I guess would be the better way to put it. But I've looked at a few other people that I know that have businesses, and I've talked to them, and they're all like, no, I'm my own registered agent. I'm like, oh, okay, is there any problems? Like, do you wish that you wouldn't be? And they're like, no, I have no issue with it. So, but it's one of those things, like they say, your mileage may vary, your situation may vary, and that's why, speaking with or obtaining, I guess, like they say, obtaining legal counsel may be beneficial, because then you can get information as to, is it should I spend that money, or you might have an attorney that says, hey, if you pay me $600 to start your LLC, that includes all this and this and this and this, I will be your registered agent at no cost. You don't know, it's possible, but I think, and I'm gonna take ownership on this, as I should. I really feel that when I started my LLC, it was I wanted the instant gratification, instead of going and talking to people that own businesses and learning from them, and following if they went through the Secretary of State step-by-step process, offer them, hey, look, would you mind, I'll bring the laptop over to the house, you can kind of sit there and kind of walk me through, and then after, let's go get a steak, or let's go get sushi, or let's compensate the friend for their time and help, or if you go to an attorney, like I said, but definitely, I'm exhausted, sorry. Definitely a good learning experience. I wouldn't say any part of this has been, a negative. I haven't had any point where I've there's things I wish I would have done a little bit differently, and that's, like I'm saying, look at the other places out there, but, I wanted to get the ball rolling, and I wanted to get it rolling then. I didn't want to wait, a week and talk to people and talk, so that desire for instant gratification, kind of, I guess, not gonna say screwed me over, because I got my LLC, but there was, I guess I really thought that the entire process, going through the service I went through, I thought it would be completely turnkey, where I'd fill out all the stuff. If they need me to fill anything out, okay, hey, sign this, scan it, email it back, and it really wasn't that experience. It was, after I did everything, it was, hey, go, when you're going through, it's like, hey, you can pay this price for this company to tell you what licenses and tax stuff you'll need at your local level. But if you want to pay 3 times the price, they'll do all the paperwork for you and submit it, But like I said, it was definitely one of those. I wish I would have known now what I know then, or I wish I would have known then what I know now. Like I said, I am tired. So, but anywho, I will certainly keep updating, as things progress. And we'll see. Might start a channel for the business, So, but we'll see. So, thanks for watching. And if you got any questions, you know what to do. Later.